Hey there, fellow readers, Mrs. Weidman here, and today we're going to be talking about the incredible novel The Stars Beneath Our Feet by David Barclay Moore. This was actually a Coretta Scott King winner a few years back, and an excellent realistic fiction book, especially for those readers who love kind of finding themselves or also finding a glimpse into other lives in literature. So this book follows a young boy, and his name is Lolly. That's what everybody calls him, but his real name is actually Wallace, right? And Lolly is a 12-year-old boy living in Harlem, New York. And for the first 12 years of his life, Lolly's life is pretty okay, right? His mom and dad live together. His brother Jermaine is there. But a few years before this book takes place, Lolly's older brother Jermaine gets a job at a barbershop. And then this job kind of turns into something more. And eventually, Lolly's brother actually gets involved with some of the gangs that are in Harlem, which eventually leads to his death. He's shot to death in front of a club in New York City. And this is devastating for Lolly. Lolly and his brother, even though there was a really big age gap between them, were incredibly close. They shared a room, right? And Jermaine was kind of Lolly's protector. So losing his brother has really caused this huge weight, this huge rock full of grief to take residence in Lolly's chest. And he just feels like he can't ever get rid of it because he's so overburdened by this loss of his brother. And unfortunately, Jermaine's passing isn't the only thing that's kind of weighing on Lolly, right? This book also shows a dad that has left, right? And he only comes by every once in a while, so he's not really part of Lolly's life, right? Lolly's mom also has a new girlfriend, so he's kind of trying to get used to that relationship. And to top it all off, right, 12-year-olds in Harlem, this is really, especially for young men, right, when some of the gangs start treating them not really as boys, but more as young men who can be part of their gangs, right, if they choose to be or if they can be initiated into those roles. And so Lolly is really trying to resist that. He doesn't want to be a part of a gang. However, things are moving in certain ways that are kind of forcing his hand, and he feels like he really doesn't have a choice. So his one escape, his one way to kind of stop thinking about all of this heaviness that's in his life is to actually build Legos. And he builds Legos at his after-school program with a girl named Big Rose. And it is an incredible story about not only his craft as an artist, but also the different ways that we as humans deal with grief and new friendships and kind of trying to figure out who we are and our place in the world. So if you're a fan of realistic fiction books, I highly recommend The Stars Beneath Our Feet by David Barclay Moore. See y'all online soon.